Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and today I'm here to work on a little, either you can use it as a Christmas card or like just something to send happy mail in. Of course, you could have it as both, a Christmas card and something to send happy mail in. Sorry, I forgot to grab, I needed one of these little bags too. Forgot to grab one, so I was grabbing that. So, and I've done stuff like this before. This is just book page that I have taken out of an old book, and you can see that obviously the two pages are still connected. You don't have to have that because we're going to put some paper along here anyway just to strengthen that for opening and closing, but you could just use two separate sheets if you can't get it out in the whole piece like this. It doesn't make a difference. So I hope you're all having a good day. It's pretty good here. We've got snow, so that was started falling last night. Not very much, but just enough to make it all icy and treacherous out there. Dropping everything. But yeah, it looks pretty, so that's nice. I do like it at this time of the year. Except now I have to go run errands. Oh, and I was going to tell you guys, if there's any days when I'm not around, it'll just be because I'm just getting stuff ready for Christmas. So I've got wrapping to do that I haven't done and stuff to get, and you know, all that last minute jazz. So just thought I'd let you guys know because you're always so kind and ask if I'm doing all right if I'm not on. So I just wanted to make sure I tell you that there will probably be some days when I won't get a chance to get videoing done. And then after Christmas, we'll be back at it again, except working on that room. That's going to be my craft room. I painted it yesterday, so that was a good thing to get done. It'll be nice in there once it's all finished. So I've got napkin, and I've already removed the back, you know, the pieces that are on the back of the napkin, because they're either 2-ply, which means they'll have one layer over the main layer, or 2 layers over the main layer. So you just got to get it down to where it's just the one with the image on it. And I do that with Scotch tape. I just take tape, stick it on the back, and pull, and it, you know, pulls up the backing. And I'm going to use just a glue stick rather than Mod Podge. But if you prefer Mod Podge, then use that. So I'm basically going to just kind of cover all of this, and I'm just going to right where it folds in the middle there, because I don't want put this under it. I don't want to fold it yet because those pages that, or those pieces that we just glued into the center, because otherwise they get kind of messed up. So I'm giving it a good coat of glue here. Let me get this edge down here a little better. I can put this there. So I hope you all had a nice weekend. We had a nice one, other than, of course, you know, painting's always a job, but it's not hard, just time consuming and a lot of work because you got to take everything apart and, you know, all that stuff. Okay, and it's fine that there's glue sticking out still, because I'm going to put tissue over the whole front part of it. And I will be cutting this down a little bit. I just like to do the whole thing, and then that way my edges are all nice and covered. So I'm going to cover up all of it now. And just be careful over when you're going over the top of the napkin, because obviously it can tear fairly easily. Yeah, I made one of these this weekend, and I was like, oh, those are fun. And I have done them before, and I forget about them, but they're a great way to use your book pages and it just really has that old look instead of, you know, like the newer card look, which I like. So, okay, so I think I pretty much got that all covered. And then I'm going to take sewing tissue and just put it right over the top of that. Ooh, maybe I don't make a mess first. And I don't really worry if there's a few wrinkles. I mean, I don't want it obviously super wrinkly. So I put the shiny side down because there is a shinier side than the other. And yeah, the wrinkles are okay. I try to, you know, kind of get some of them smoothed out, but for the most part, I kind of like that look. You can always tell where you missed with the glue. But it'll stay down fine. Okay, so you can already see that that's gonna, you know, give that a different look. You just have to cut it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold this now. I think it'll be fine. It sat there for a bit. And then we're just gonna trim it. We went to a Christmas party this weekend too. It was just a little one because you can't, you know, obviously have big gatherings. There's just a few friends, but it was nice to do something. And I know in a lot of places you can't even do that, so we're fortunate that way. We do have quite a few cases here right now, though. It was with a lot of, well, not a lot of, but it was with a few of the people my husband works with. A lot of them have already had the virus, and they're getting vaccinated, I think this week or next week. My husband wasn't sure because, you know, it's all depends on who gets it first in the hospital, basically. So that's good. Okay, so now what I want to do is cut it down a little bit because I don't need it quite that big. Because this is fairly big. It's a little over 6.5 by almost 8.5. So I'm going to cut it basically to right around a little bit off of the poinsettia there. And on this, I'm going to go to about, I like to have some of the writing up there, so I think I'll go 6.5. No, let's do a little more. I'm going to cut a tiny bit off the bottom just to. There we go. Finish it. I'm going to cut this down a little bit too, so yeah. Take just a tiny bit more off this way. Okay. So you can make them any size. It doesn't make any difference as far as that goes. And if you're making it as a card, then you're going to want to make it small enough to fit in an envelope, obviously. Okay, and then on the inside, Getting some scrap pages. Okay, some of this. I'll take off a little off the top too. Go to this line right here. Just take a little off of here. Okay. So that one will go on that side. And then on this side, which side of the paper do I want? I guess I'll use the same side. Keep that little strip for something. And how much am I taking off of that other side? Okay. All right, let's ink those. So as you can see, it really does act like a card, or it could be just a little journaling type spot, which is more what I'm going to use it for, but you could put your greeting right here if you were going to use it as a card. Oops. I'm going to put it in my December daily, which I haven't gotten anywhere on. With painting and all this weekend. Okay. Had to get a new glue book where it went through the whole other one. I do need to have a day where I just make some journaling cards and stuff. Because I'm getting kind of buried in glue pages that are stuck together already. Oops. Not ink, glue. Hope it's not. Oh, good. I thought it was going to overlap for a minute. I'm like, oh, I don't want it to overlap. And I just do that down the center with whatever random, either book page or music or whatever, just because you are going to see, obviously, a little bit of it, but, you know, just gives it some interest. So these would be fun. You could make up a bunch of them. I just realized this might be too wide for my December daily. I better check before I add any other decorations on or whatever. So let's see. I don't know which spot it's going to go in. Probably this one. Oh, no, that fits. Good. So that's probably what I'll do. I could put the number on there. Oh, I have 11 here. Yeah, I might go ahead and do that. I was going to put a Santa on there, but I don't want to cover up that little snowflake. It's cute, so that Melody put on there. Drop tape. Oh, come on. This paper is a little thicker than other book page, so that might be kind of nice. Sorry, that was loud. I probably shook everything too. Ink on there on the outside. And this one I'll probably, I'm going to glue it down. Not probably, I am going to glue it down. So I'm not going to worry about covering the back, but if you're going to send it as a greeting card, then you're probably going to want to cover up the back of it. Okay. There's that. And then this is going to go in here just to put a few little trinkets and things in. I think I'm just going to cut the bottom off. Last time I did this, I cut the top off, and I had to try to make the top look nice again. So I think I'm just going to cut the bottom off and glue it back together again. I think that'll be easiest. Let's use the little cutter. Snowflake paper there. So I think I'll just cut off about like that. And then I can close that up again. These you can use as pockets too. Like, if I wanted to, I could put another pocket there. So don't throw those away because they're kind of good to have around if you need it. I mean, it's real shallow, but it works good. So I'm just going to do a little snip here. So this is going to make this a little bit shorter again, but okay. I'm just going to cut the back flap off just to close it back up again. And I'm sure it's not anywhere near straight, but it's good enough. Doesn't really matter for that portion. Pretty straight. Kind of, not really. It probably wasn't very straight to begin with, so I don't think it much matters. Okay. And that one's just been coffee dyed. It's just a glassine bag from Amazon that's been coffee dyed. That will go right there. And we could leave it open at the back, but I think I'm going to just glue it all the way down because that's a big enough pocket for a little book like this. You don't want it to get so thick that, it's not going to stay closed or anything. Oh, I forgot to cover this first. That's okay, we'll cover it now. I just like to put one of the napkins on this too. Except trimming it won't be easy, will it? I'll have to be more careful. So maybe I'll try to get a better, like, smaller piece out here. I'll tear this edge off. I don't like those. I like the torn edge better. I'm just going to kind of go around the poinsettia here because I don't need as big of a piece as I did for the last one. That's just water, one of those water paint brushes. I can save this holly for something else. Still just a little too tall. Trying to keep those berries, but they might not get to stay. So. Now it's all stuck to me with the glue. Okay. So I'm going to try to be a little better with the glue on this part since you should probably put the napkin on first and then trim the bag like we did the front. I just glued it down without thinking, so a little more. And I want to do that again with the tissue because this is kind of so bright looking. So I need to cut a piece probably that fits first, which this one looks like it will. Sorry, I just wanted to see how long we got here. I kind of like the stitch lines, so I think I'm going to leave those on there. Not stick yet. I need to take off just a little bit more here and try to tear it, but I don't know, I'm running out of water. It doesn't tear as easy as the napkins do that way. Tears where you don't want it to really well. Okay. I think that'll be fine. And if it does hang over a little bit, I'm not that worried about it either. So we're just going to kind of cover this whole thing again. Napkin and all. over here just a little bit more. Just got to be careful not to tear the napkin. See, I like that look. So, but if you like it a little neater, then you're just going to want to cut it neater. But I like that, how it's hanging off the edge and stuff. Okay, and then in the pocket, this might be a good thing to put in there, and we'll cover that too so it's not so shiny. First I want to put a little bit of this. Because it's a little shiny on the front. So this is going to act a lot like playing cards would. Because it's essentially the same thing, it's just a bigger size is all. I'm just going to cover the whole thing because I'm either going to have the napkin, tissue, something on it. Okay. I'm going to take some of these little bits of music and put those on too. Get rid of this little book page. Actually tuck it under that little part there. Okay, and then I'm going to cover it with some more glue. The whole thing. And you get a little bit of this stitch line that's right here on there. So this is a whole lot like kind of some of the techniques that I've done in the past with the playing cards, so it's just a little bit different. That's that little corner, huh? Just gonna go ahead and put it on this. Okay, like that. And then we'll cover the back just completely, I think, so that so you can write on the back, or so I can write on the back, whatever. So I need another piece of this. So you could fill up that little glassine bag in there with all kinds of ephemera or whatever if you wanted to send it as Happy Mail. Or even just one piece and let them fill it with happy or ephemera. Some words, you know. Okay. I think I got it all now. Okay. And on that, I think I'm going to put this girl, her sleigh. It's going to cover up a lot of it, huh? Maybe more like that, or do I want Santa? He's too big. I'm going to cut this too. You're not even going to be able to tell it was a... I like that better. I like the girl with the sleigh, but I think I might like that better. Maybe we could put her on the pocket. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I want to see some of the numbers and stuff. I like using playing cards and flashcards because they do have the numbers and all that on there, and I want to see that. I don't like to cover them completely. These are from TaylorMadeJournals. It's her German scrap set 2, Christmas scrap set 2. Okay, so that can be written on. Okay. That's neat. Tilt her a little bit, huh? I've got my Merry Christmas here. Actually, I think I'm going to cut around that a little bit more. I don't love that black outline on these boxes for some reason. I mean, it's good for when you're cutting them out because, you know, gives you a good guideline, but I just... And I'm going to put it over here. So what you could do though, if you're going to send it as a card, is, you know, put it there. But I'm going to go ahead and put it over here. So you could make these up as cards or put them in your journal, or to send happy mail. Tried to chop my fingernail off there. So yeah, you could use those for quite a few things. And like I said, if I was going to send it, I would cover the back as well so that it wasn't going to be seen, but because I'm going to put it in my December daily, I don't need to do that. So let's go ahead and get that glued in there. Maybe if I could turn the page. So we'll go right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down. I clearly don't need any more pockets, even though I will add more. Don't need more than one per page, right? It's too fat as it is. Okay. I'm going to scoot it towards the middle a little, just in case I decide I want to put something there to hold it closed. Like this, for example. Where's my... I don't want to see all the green there. But it's already backed with an envelope, so it would actually work pretty good. I just don't know, it probably sticks it over too far. Just be nice to have something to kind of anchor it down a little. Maybe I'll put it down there instead, so it'll get the bottom and that corner, just as a little kind of closure for it, so it's not flapping open. I think I'll use our glitter glue. So we're just going to need it along this edge, act like a tuck spot. Okay, and I'm just going to let that dry because I don't want to mess with it now. So anyway, I hope you guys liked those, and that's we're going to call it a video for today, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. I hope you had a lovely weekend with your families and friends and whoever you could be around. I know it's not many people at the moment, but anyway, we will chat again soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.